Finding skilled DevOps engineers is a pain in the neck, and if you need to deploy a secure and compliant application to AWS without such things, forget about it. But that's where Duplo Cloud can help. Their comprehensive no-code/low-code software platform guarantees a secure and compliant infrastructure in as little as 2 weeks, while automating the full DevSecOps lifestyle. Get started with DevOps as a service from Duplo Cloud, and your cloud configurations will be done right the first time. Tell them I sent you, and your first 2 months are free. To learn more, visit snark.cloud/Duplo Cloud. That's snark.cloud/DUPLOCLOUD.
Hello and welcome to the Last Week in AWS podcast / the AWS Morning Brief, depending entirely upon who you ask. I'm Corey Quinn. Let's get down to it, because so much horrible stuff happened last week that, frankly, escapism is really where I'm at. Escapisms. Let's talk about cloud services and make fun of them. Here we go. Amazon CloudFront now provides TLS version and Cypher Suite in CloudFront Viewer TLS header. Yeah, if I were charging AWS's per gigabyte data transfer rates, I'd be stuffing more into every packet too. Unfortunately for that particular conspiracy theory, this is for inbound requests apparently, which are free. Amazon EC2 enables customers to protect instances from unintentional stop actions. A more customer-focused EC2 would enable customers to protect instances from unintentional start actions. New Amazon EC2 C7G instances powered by AWS Graviton 3 processors. I've been using one myself for months now. It's snazzy, but it's also not the transformative evolution that going from Intel to Graviton 2 was. That's to be expected, but AWS is treating it as if it's the second coming of Christ or something. New for AWS Data Sync. Move data between AWS and Google Cloud Storage or AWS and Microsoft Azure files. This might be one of the most impressive AWS features that I've seen in a while. It acknowledges both the existence of other clouds as well as the reality that customers might want their data to live there sometimes. Well done. Synchronize your AWS Glue Studio visual jobs to different environments. Ooh, this is handy. How do I do that? Okay, you're going to need Python 3.6 or later and the latest version of Boto 3 to start. This is definitely an AWS offering. Use the AWS Toolkit for Azure DevOps to automate your deployments to AWS. AWS is jealous of Azure because of the horrible service name that is Azure DevOps. How NXP is moving chip design to AWS. I can't wait for AWS to announce Amazon Basics NXP chips from Annapurna Labs at an upcoming reInvent.
This episode is sponsored in parts by our friend Enterprise DB. Enterprise DB has been powering enterprise applications with PostgreSQL for 15 years, and now Enterprise DB has you covered wherever you deploy PostgreSQL, on premises, private cloud, and they just announced a fully managed service on AWS and Azure called Big Animal, all one word. Don't leave managing your database to your cloud vendor because they're too busy launching another half dozen managed databases to focus on any one of them that they didn't build themselves. Instead, work with the experts over at Enterprise DB. They can save you time and money. They can even help you migrate legacy applications, including Oracle, to the cloud. To learn more, try Big Animal for free. Go to biganimal.com/snark and tell them Corey sent you.
AWS offerings available to support your cloud migration. Why are there 6 different AWS offerings mentioned in this blog post? Because it's an excellent introduction to cloud, Harold. Latency-based routing, leveraging Amazon CloudFront for a multi-region active-active architecture. I built something that's very like this last week. More on that to come another time. AWS launches first Defense Accelerator for startups. This is in the Defense, DEFENSE section of the blog, but the accelerator is spelled DEFENCE because it's in the UK, and AWS is nothing if not willing to pander shamelessly any time that it smells a dollar. AWS supports development of U.S. Army's first enduring tactical cloud environment. Strategic clouds are, of course, a grimmer threat. And finally, ordering free COVID-19 test kits with the help of the cloud. AWS claims credit for the amazing effectiveness of the COVID-19 response. You can't make this up. And that's what happened last week in AWS. I'm cloud economist Corey Quinn. Thanks for listening. We'll talk soon.
This has been a Humble Pod production. Stay humble.